Ever look in the mirror after leaving a controlling relationship and honestly not recognize who you are? That lost feeling is scary, but actually it is the first step towards self-trust. I'm Ilse, and after guiding thousands of healing, I have mapped out 7 stages that happen through the process of leaving after control. 7 stages that turn pain into power. I'm going to show you exactly how this transformation unfolds and what to expect next on your own path. So let's begin with the first stage, self-loss. One of my clients once told me I stopped to order the food that I liked and I matched his choices because it felt safer. When love becomes control, you start shrinking bit by bit. You change your clothes, you change your tone, you change your friends, just to stay safe. In a controlling relationship, you start to disappear. Your yes becomes automatic and your no feels dangerous. Self-loss is when your energy stops belonging to you. You make yourself small to keep the peace, quiet to avoid conflict, and invisible to feel safe. On this stage, you start with one truth: I am still here. You reconnect with your body, you reconnect with nature, you reconnect with yourself. You focus on simple, small tasks, simple rituals like praying, breathing, fresh air. You need to slowly, gently start to recognize that you are here. Because the stage number 2 is realization. And then comes a moment of clarity that what you called love was actually a control. It's control painted as care. It is when you finally begin to see what your soul already knew. One client once told me that I finally noticed how every yes I said was just fear of being rejected. That's when I realized I'd been living in survival, not truth. Another woman described it like this: I was washing dishes one night and it hit me. I realized I hadn't laughed in years. That realization is hurtful. It really hurts. But that's this moment when you finally realize you have to start to do something about it. In this phase, I recommend you to act consciously. Observe your thoughts. Observe your emotions. Observe your choices in real time. Practice awareness without judgment. And start to notice how fear actually is controlling all your decisions and you can choose. Now we are getting closer to the phase number 3, rebuilding safety. Healing begins with safety, not safety from the outside world, but safety within yourself, within your body. Nervous system stabilization, truth, space, boundaries, learning to breathe again, to trust your space, to say no even to yourself in the moments when you want to rush the process. One of my clients began with just sitting 5 minutes in the morning where she focused her attention to the breathing, because all the time she had this anxiety that she couldn't rest. And then she finally told me that I can feel safe for 5 minutes in my body without anxiety, and that is safety returning. This is what I do in my Unshakable Self-Trust program for spiritual women who are recovering self-trust after controlling relationship. We work with the coming back to your divine essence through prayer, energy work, connecting to nature, and many other techniques. You train your body to trust peace again. In 6 weeks program, you will learn how to go from conditioning to divine alignment, from closed heart to open, balanced flow, and from fear and control to faith and self-trust. Now let's move on to the phase 4. It's called anger. It is where the power returns. I had this powerful feedback from my client who said, the first time I said no without explaining myself, I cried, not from sadness, but from freedom. In this phase 4 of anger, anger is not your enemy. It is actually your strength, your power coming back. For years, your power was suppressed under guilt, manipulation, and control, and now it shows up not to destroy you, but help you to heal. And that is okay. You have to experience this energy. This is like you coming back to your own truth, and you realize that there is energy. You are not empty. Anger is actually a good thing because you are healing. In this program, Unshakable Self-Trust, we learn about boundaries, about human design, and it is called strategy and authority, how to make decisions based on your own truth. And you begin to feel your aura become stronger, becomes more radiant and more powerful. Now let's move on to the phase number 5. It is grief. It is where your heart softens. After the fire comes the water. Grief washes away what anger uncovered. It is the heart's way of saying, I'm ready to hold space for myself, and this grief is very, very healing. In this phase, we work a lot with forgiveness, compassion, kindness, acceptance, breath, energy work, prayer, a lot of different tools that helps the person to release grief and come back to your own truth. You practice hold your emotions with kindness and not judgment. Now you are ready to the phase 6. It is a release. In this phase, one client told me that I stopped asking why this happened to me, and instead I asked, what should I learn from here, from this situation? And she started to feel peace instead of anxiety. Release is not forgetting. It is just surrendering and letting go of the tension you have held for a long time. And in this process, we activate the energy flows from the earth, from the universe. We work with aura balancing. We work with strengthening our boundaries and include prayers so you can connect with your divine essence. You are learning that God or life itself is holding you. You can allow this control to be released. And stage number 7 is called self-trust. This is the final stage. This is where your body feels safe, your energies are balanced, and you are like a whole again. You no longer chase for love, but you radiate it. In this phase, you connect with your truth, you connect with your divinity, you are in alignment, and you radiate light and love and support and care. You are a new person, and you are so connected to your own truth that you can be like a light for other people as well. Because your aura also radiates the frequency, and it's a frequency of truth. Healing from control is not always about becoming who you were. It might be, but it might be a completely different person because you finally connect with your divine truth, your essence, your purpose, your mission. It is a life-changing transformation from fear to faith, from control to self-trust. To see if working with me is your next step starts with a conversation. It is a clarity call where I will ask you a couple of questions where you are, where you would like to be, and what is stopping you to get there right now. It is a simple, no pressure conversation. The link to book a clarity call is in the description box below. To go deeper into this, I have created a video where I share 3 simple but very powerful nature tools that can support your healing. The link is here. Thank you.